by fans of high-quality entertainment. So these are comments that I've received mainly on my other YouTube channel, Larry Graves Canadian Studmuffin. I've been, saving them up for the last few weeks, just some of the good ones, and I usually responded to them. And a lot of them were from a video where I talk about 12 artists that I no longer have in my CD collection. And the reason I got more negative comments on it was it did, really well for views. It had, I think, about 8,000 views. So you get more people that don't really know you coming to your channel and watching, right? Otherwise, I might get maybe one negative comment per video, if that. So the first comment is, "You are a prick." Thank you. I blocked the person after I had a good cry. And I don't even know what video that was for, but it was one of my, music-related videos. Okay, no offense. When they say that, you're gonna be offended probably. No offense, but you should not be more visible than the song lists. And you should play some music. And I just replied, I can't play copyrighted music, and people can see the song list just fine. I'm the main star of my channel, not the song list. Yeah, this was a video I did on my top 10, I think top 10 coolest, rock stars or whatever. And of course, somebody has to reply, judging people's coolness is so uncool. And I just replied, then don't click on the video and go watch something you like. It's very simple. Yeah, and then another comment from the same video. Jimmy, Janice, and Jim Morrison all died at age 27 and within a year of one another. I love it when people try and give you, a history lesson on rock music when most of us know it. All died of alcohol drug abuse. Yeah, I know that. There's nothing cool about self-destructive behavior. And I just replied back, I think we all know that. They were cool when they were alive, right? Great video, thank you. Do you feel you are missing the natural beauty and emotion of female vocals? Hope you don't mind me saying, love the channel. And I replied, I need to address this at some point. I have nothing against women singers, but I guess I gravitate towards male singers. Anybody else out there the same way? I do love some female singers. Patti Smith, I've got her album Easter, which I absolutely love. Chrissie Hynde from The Pretenders. Yoko Ono, which I know isn't for everybody. But, it's mainly male singers with me. It's, I'm sorry. Just let me know, though. Maybe I hope I'm not the only one. But I have nothing against female singers at all. Yeah, and my top 30 bands of all time that I recently did, I guess you don't like he meant Pink Floyd, of course. I guess you don't like Pink Floyd anymore with Hearts. And I said, that's silly to say, as I love more than 30 bands. They just aren't one of my all-time favorites, right? I love a lot of Pink Floyd music. Yeah, this was for a Beatles list, maybe my favorite Beatles songs or something. So even your least favorite songs are still great. Kind of a pointless subject considering even the ones you list as your least favorite are still great as far as you're concerned. I don't agree. There are many Beatles songs I have zero interest in hearing. Some I dislike completely. I detest many songs on the White Album. Why Don't We Do It in the Road, for example, is horrible. Even the much-loved Helter Skelter, to me, is ear abuse, loud for the sake of being loud, nothing more. To me, Yellow Submarine is one of the worst songs from the 1960s. I am a huge Beatles fan. It really sounds like it, doesn't it? Going back to the 60s, but my musical taste is too discerning to just love all Beatles songs by default. And I replied back, perhaps I'm a huger, I don't know if that's worded properly, grammar-wise. Perhaps I am a huger Beatles fan than you are. I have my favorites, just as the point of this video, which is the point of this video, but yes, I enjoy every Beatles song, some more than others. I love many, many artists, but the Beatles are the best for me. Okay, this is for one of my thumbnails. I usually do them myself. Sometimes, recently I've been doing a little AI thumbnails, which I understand some people don't like, but I enjoy doing some of them. And I do agree that the thumbnail I made for this particular video wasn't very good. And he's just telling me, about it. But, I don't stress, every thumbnail isn't going to be great, especially when you pump out hundreds of videos every year. I'm not a professional. It's just I'm just me, and every thumbnail isn't going to be great. So, but thank you. I responded to him, I believe, and thanked him. But Larry, I think you are starting to get a bit boring. Too many videos. I post one video per day on this channel, same as most channels do. I enjoy talking about music, and most of my viewers do also. You're not forced to watch any of them. Yeah, the most I post in a day is 2 videos, but 1 on each channel, right? And I don't even do that very much at the moment. It's hard to please everybody. Yeah, in the past, I received this comment much more often than I do now, but I'll get a comment, hey, you look like, and it's usually some star that I don't even know, and then I'll look them up and it's like, that doesn't look like me. But yeah, has anybody ever told you that you look exactly, do I look exactly like Stephen King? The resemblance is uncanny. Okay. One little funny thing about this, like I said, I've had this Stephen King comment off and on for many years. And my ex-wife in my second marriage had a daughter who was my stepdaughter at one point. But after the divorce and all that, and I see online that her daughter married a guy named Stephen King. No joke. Isn't that a coincidence? Yeah, and this is about me reviewing George Harrison's All Things Must Pass. I'm doing, on my other channel, I'm reviewing all of George Harrison's albums. It's an A+ for me as well, but I think it's better to leave out the Apple Jam portion. I look at them as bonus tracks before there were bonus tracks. And I just said Apple Jam is part of the album, right? And he replied back, but George Harrison did say, for the jams, I don't want to just throw them in the cupboard. And yet, at the same time, it wasn't part of the record. That's why I put it on a separate label to go in the package as kind of a bonus. So, he just went on from there. And I just said, and it's true, right? I can't win either way. If I didn't include the Apple Jam, some viewers would complain about that also, right? But I'm happy with the review the way it is. Okay. And, this is a good, one of my viewers. So thank you, James. We can disagree, but let's move on. Yeah, this was about, I guess it was the video where I was talking about how many monthly viewers certain Spotify artists have. Congratulations on the 2 decades here. However, this is a channel about the love of music, not the theft of music. Spotify and that Apple Music shop thingy are about music theft by the me, now generation. So yeah, he goes on. And I did reply. And I do use Spotify, but the good thing about Spotify is if I hear something I really like, I buy the physical copy of that CD. So, you know, I can talk about Spotify. Yeah, I don't understand this. Music commentary without music for people who like baseball cards. Yes, I can't have music on my channel as music is copyrighted. I guess he wants me to play the Beatles music. And this is my review of the performances on the Woodstock DVD that I have. You liked Sha Na Na better than Alvin Lee performing Going Home, actually 10 years after, with Alvin Lee. When did you make this decision? Before you made this video, when you were 50 years old? You are not a real rock fan. Well, there you go. And I just said, go elsewhere. I can like whatever I like, just like you can. And, you know, the 10 years after performance is good, right? It's just not one of my favorite performances. And I really enjoyed the performance of Sha Na Na. Yeah, I don't want to sound rude. That means it's not going to be a good comment. I don't want to sound rude or something, but Tommy and Electric Ladyland are not double albums. At least not on CD. That being said, for me, Physical Graffiti, blah, 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 blah. And then I just replied, they were originally double albums, and they are still, you know, even if they're on one CD, they're still considered a double album. Oh, boy. I need a drink of orange juice. And once again, you know, somebody nitpicking. I did my 20 favorite double albums of all time. And I included a couple of 3-album sets, you know, like All Things Must Pass. And, you know, somebody has to complain that I put those in with the double albums. But it's my video. It's my channel. I'll do whatever I want. Thank you for reminding me that I have to get rid of you as well. Just did. And I said, take care. And that's for my video where I gave up on 12 artists that used to be in my CD collection. People are really, seriously, some, you know, a small percentage are really bothered by what you have or don't have in your own collection, right? Best of luck with your clot, shots, and boot-licking goofball. So many fans. And this is about Van Morrison, which I gave up on him. You don't listen to Morrison because he stood up to Big Pharma. Says more about you, dude. Won't be listening to you anymore. And then Peter Berg replied, yikes, bye, Felicia. And then I said, bye, dude. Yeah. They're offended, right? Yeah, here's another one. It's from the same video. Jethro Tull is too deep for your ears. Stick to Helen Reddy and Don Ho. I shouldn't have even replied to him, right? But I bet I listen to a far far wider range of music than this person does. And I do like Jethro Tull. I have nothing against the band, which I made the mistake. It sounded like I was saying Jethro Tull was a solo artist, just the way I worded it. I do know Jethro Tull is a band, and Ian Anderson is, well, he is Jethro Tull in a way, right? That's why I guess I said it. But yeah, just, some snob people on the internet. Snobby people. How many new hair shirts have you ordered? What if artists don't like you? Send me all of those albums you'll no longer play. We all go through stages. Maybe it would be best if you cut off your long-suffering listeners' ears. I would never do that. Like I said, people are offended with what you listen to or don't listen to, right? Yeah, and this guy's trying to sell me a Van Morrison album, which I have no interest in. Dude, Philosopher's Stone by Van Morrison is stellar. Come on. Then enjoy listening to it. I have other music I would rather hear. This comment. All Things Must Pass was a single album at best. The rest was crap. And I just replied, you might be on the wrong channel then. And I posted in my community about, Prince Andrew, whatever his name is now, being arrested with a picture. And, it's about time. And this person responded in the community, thought this was a music community, but apparently not. Ending my subscription. No hard feelings, but don't want this stuff in my feed. And I just replied, I have always posted about more than just music. Bye. Yeah, and this is for the video, giving up on 12 different artists. I thought you were going to give actual reasons that might apply to someone else other than you for not listening to them. I just don't need to listen to them anymore, or my interest petered out, are not revelations worth sharing. And then I replied, every artist is the same. As I mentioned in the video, I am more interested in many other artists, some newly discovered and some I've listened to for many, many years. I don't have a need to hear any of these artists again. It's pretty simple. No revelations needed. And he comes back. No video needed either. You might as well tell us that you've lost your taste for grapefruit juice. That is that dull. You don't have anything intelligent or provocative to say about any of these artists. Every artist isn't the same, and the only videos worth watching are by people who know this and explain why. And I just replied back, take your arrogance elsewhere. Bye. Last one. Yeah, Larry, it still is the day of vinyl records. Good for you. I am happy with CDs. Somebody isn't happy that I have a CD collection. I guess I should buy all of the CDs I have on vinyl. Then this person will be happy. So there. It's nice to have a little mini rant about, some of the comments. And like I always say, 95% or more of comments are very good and supportive and nice and getting feedback on whatever video I'm doing. So I do thank everybody, and that is it. Have a great day. And be sure to check out my other channel, Today, I'm posting the next CD exchange reviews with Morse Gotro and Robert's on my turntable, so check that out. Bye.